I wanted to talk about all this today because this popped up and I was like, oh, perfect opportunity. And I am pretty heated over it. And I want to talk about, like, first and foremost, there is so much shit I deal with that I let slide. There's so much shit that comes in my inbox. You look like a man. Why are you so strong? The shit I see and nasty shit. Men talking disgusting to me. Men sending dick pics. I don't look at it, but I know it's not. Instagram will show like a blur. It'll be like, this person sent you a picture and it's blurred. And you're like, I know that's a dick pic. What is wrong with you? And it's just like, I don't understand it. So I let a lot go. I very rarely engage with the bullshit, but there are times and places where I have to tell someone to shut the fuck up. Ooh, it's going to be a heated one today. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Veritas and Vision. I'm Rachel Kenny. I'm your host, and I'm super excited that you're here today. This is the first podcast that I get to just call an audible and be like, I'm not going to do the one that I was going to do. I'll do it next week. I'm going to do this. And this is why I initially wanted to start this podcast. Not like I love all of the episodes I've brought out so far, but like I also wanted to have a space to talk about shit when it popped up. This is that moment for me. And I'm excited for you guys to have a piece of this first one on my show. So I'm going to talk about social media today. I'm going to talk about social media and the bullshit that I have dealt with throughout the last decade of my life, having a high presence or higher following or strong female presence on social media. My business gets promoted through social media. So I utilize it quite a bit and I post quite a bit. I have 195,000 followers right now, and it brings a lot of attention. Very wanted attention, a lot of unwanted attention, right? And that just comes, unfortunately, with the territory of social media right now. But it shouldn't be like that. But I want to talk about, the shit behind the scenes that no one knows, no one really knows. They know sometimes because I do speak out about it and I'll clap back randomly to people. Sometimes, it's not often. But I want to talk about like the shit I have to deal with and how I view social media in terms of how the general population and world and human race utilizes it. I've obviously already made podcasts about being like, stay off your phone more, have time in silence. Like, don't be so addicted to it. And I will make more statements and podcasts and things on this, but this goes with that. Like, the amount of abuse, the human race, like the amount, it's social media is abused in all ways, shapes, and form. Whether people use it to just scroll, doom scroll, disconnect from reality, not face themselves, it numbs you. People use it to be abusive, to just use their hateful life against someone else. Some people use it for good, but they're so like, we see so much bad shit now because we are constantly connected and there's no consequences for anyone who say shit over a keyboard through your post. There's no consequences. It's not face-to-face confrontation. It's so easy for people to have confrontation when it's through a screen. But if I guarantee you, if I were to sit in front of this person who I had a confrontation with today, and I would have said all the shit to his face, he would have cowered. I guarantee you. Or you'd have just spewed hate at me and just constantly insulted me and got flabbered, and then he would have walked away because nobody can actually like sit down face to face and have a conversation. And the way this started was just completely unnecessary. So I want to like talk about it today. I wanted to talk about all this today because this popped up and I was like, oh, perfect opportunity. And I am pretty heated over it. And I want to talk about, like, first and foremost, there's so much shit I deal with that I let slide. There's so much shit that comes in my inbox. You look like a man. Why are you so strong? You ain't shit. Blah, 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 blah. You have no idea. The shit I see, and vulgar shit, nasty shit. Men talking disgusting to me. Men sending dick pics to me. I don't look at it. But I know it's not. Instagram will show like a blur. It'll be like, this person sent you a picture and it's blurred. And you're like, I know that's a dick pic. What is wrong with you? Right? And it's just like, I don't understand it. So I let a lot go. I very rarely engage with the bullshit. And because to be honest, I don't care. But there are times and places where I have to tell someone to shut the fuck up. Because if I continuously let things go, and someone comments on my shit to kind of put me down and I don't say anything, like, yes, silence is a great, clap back. It is. But also, it shows someone they're getting away with that. And then they just continue to do that to other people, other women, other men. They just keep doing it. You see it all the time. People just talking shit on like all these athletes' pictures, women's pictures. Women will post like they're in a pretty dress, they feel good about themselves, and be like, "You look fat. You look like shit. What is wrong with you? What unhealed part of yourself would think that is okay to say to someone? If you don't like something, just scroll on. I have never commented on something where someone posted something that they liked about themselves. Maybe it was a selfie, maybe it was them competing, them lifting weights, them doing this, accomplishing something that they are fucking proud of. Something that they are proud of. I've never in my life, I never thought, I don't like that. I'm going to comment on it and tell them they're terrible and they suck. Why would anyone want to do that? I cannot fathom it. I cannot fathom it. Obviously, it's because they're unhealed and there's a part of themselves that feels the need to lash out on some random person to get their aggression, their anger out, whatever. Is not a bad emotion. And I want to say that if you know how to handle your anger, anger can be used in a great way. Like right now, I'm pretty angry. I am at this person who said this shit to me on my post. I'm going to try and add it here. If I can. I'm really, really still learning about this editing shit. I'm going to try and add this post right here so you can see it and if it can play while I'm saying this stuff. But I posted a reel today and it was me just collar tying 2 girls from my matches last week. I did really well, by the way. I had 3 matches. They said 4-0 because one was a walkover. I don't count that shit. I'd never count walkovers. Please, God, don't count walkovers. So 3-0, and all of my matches, I submitted my opponent. And I'm really proud of that because I will tell you off the get-go, this whole past year, I've worked really hard with the IBJJF rule set to understand points. And then my submissions kind of lowered a little bit. And I like to chase submissions all the time. And they lowered and I won a lot on points. I had a few subs here and there, but not as much as I would like to. So my goal this weekend was one, I wanted to play legs because I've been working really hard on my leg game and I wanted to finally address that and put it into practice. And I wanted to get an upper body connection other than a choke. So an armbar, because I have a really great armbar. I have a lot of great submissions, right? But those are the 2 I really wanted to address this weekend. And I was able to do that. I had 1 armbar and 2 straight ankle locks and they were really nice. And I was really proud of myself, right? For this past weekend, I really was. And I was proud of my game. And a part of my game, dude, I'm a wrestler. I do stand. I have a wrestling game. I have a guard pull game. I have a lower body game. I have a upper body game. And I've talked about that in my post that I just talked about. And I've worked really hard to be this way. Is it overall really great? I mean, yes. Is it going to, God, I'm going to look back on my game 2 years from now and be like, oh, and that's how it should be, right? That's how it should be. And yeah, I am a blue belt and I've only been doing this 2.5 years, but I'm very proud of how I am growing and evolving in my overall package and game, right? So I posted today. I post on social media for my business. I promote my business. I'm a strength and conditioning coach. I sell template programmings for strength and conditioning for jiu-jitsu athletes. That is incredible, by the way. I have been a strength and conditioning coach for over 15 years. I have been an athlete my whole life, which I've talked about, and I'm a nutritionist and I'm a nutrition coach and I love my job and I love helping people. And I have changed over thousands of people's lives. I post on social media so my shit can get out there as best as it can. And so I can help gain more clients to change more people's lives and change the trajectory of health and wellness. The whole world at a full, in a picture, round picture, the whole world, not healthy. I looked up the statistics and 80% of people do not go to the gym regularly. But the macro statistics over I think only 8 to 12% of the fucking population tracks macros or watches their food. This is why I do what I do, okay? Because this plays a major role and I'm very passionate about it. So anyway, I post on social media. I don't have shit to, do you know how hard it is to constantly market yourself and constantly have things to post? So hard, okay? I don't have the money to pay thousands and thousands of dollars on people to constantly follow me around and tape my shit. I do a lot of my shit myself, okay? a lot of my shit myself. And I obviously competed this last weekend. Subspectrum is amazing with their video quality, with how they tape the athletes and everything. So they have it on YouTube. I screen record it and then I post it. So I just posted me collar tying two of my opponents last weekend. They weren't super heavy, by the way. And a big part of my game is I like to club. I like to collar tie. I have a heavy collar tie. I like to set things up from it. A lot of people do. It's 2025 in jiu-jitsu. People collar tie. You see most people stand, they go right to a collar tie. It's wrestling is in jiu-jitsu. Like, and will my game evolve? Maybe. But I think I'll always like a heavy collar tie, man. I love it. And people have slapped me in the face before. Okay? People have slapped the shit out of me. Not a collar tie. They slapped me. And I'm like, oh, I don't bitch. I just clap back. Anyways, I posted just two simple collar ties. I love collar tying people. And this guy commented on it and was like, what did he say? Hold on, I'm going to pull it up here because my phone is recording. Okay. He said, I mean, clubbing and doing nothing with collar ties is pretty low tier. You still have time to delete this. Laughing. I was like, what the fuck? Why would you say that? And then I was like, fuck this guy. Like, some days I will come out and be like, no, I'm going to clap back. Just how it is. Like, fuck you. There was no reason for you to be scrolling and be like, I'm going to tell this girl that you're doing nothing. When I'm posting that, because I'm really proud of how my matches went, you have no idea that I submitted all of my opponents, that all of my collar ties led me to other things because it was a part of my game. You have no idea. But you're going to come on here because you're a man who has low self-esteem and you want to put a woman down for posting something that she's happy about because he probably got beat that way. Someone probably clubbed the fuck out of him if he does compete, which I highly doubt. He told me, he's like, I have more competitions than you ever will. I'm like, sure, buddy, sure. Matt, are you mad that I've only been doing this for 2.5 years and I have a world title and I have multiple world medals now? That I have all these accolades? Are you mad about that? Anyways, crazy. So I clapped back to him. And I'm not nice when I don't want to be. I don't have to be nice to you. I don't owe you anything. If you ask the people closest to me, anyone who knows me, they will be like, that girl is one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. I would give anyone the fucking shirt off of my back if I could. You have no idea how much I give. And I love to give. But do not mistake my kindness for weakness. And I know that is such like a cliche quote, but do not, because I will clap back. I have fought my whole life to be where I am. I have fought my whole life being abused by men, growing up. Under the hand of men, I've been abused time and time again, put down, controlled, beaten, mentally and physically. I will not stay silent when I don't want to stay silent. And that's just how it is. So people are like, why even bother? Because sometimes you got to bother. Sometimes for your younger self, you got to say shit. And that is the healed part of me. And that is okay. People will be like, oh, like this man, he's like, that's not healed. And I was like, oh, honey, this is healed. You have no idea. This is healed. Okay. So I was like, well, I submitted all of my opponents in my matches. So thanks. I was like, you are one, like, probably the lowest tier of human race who does nothing with his life and sits on his phone all day. Trolling, talking about, wow, I could do better, yet does nothing. Right. And I was like, you simply do not like yourself or your pathetic existence, and all this other stuff. And he's like, wow, blah, 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 blah. And then he got so mad that I came back at him that then he tried gaslighting me, of course, and like being a narcissist, which, like, honey, I grew up with one of the top tier narcissists of all time. My father. You don't think I know what you're doing? Okay. Yeah. So anyways, we argued, whatever. And I'm coming back and he just kept saying, like, you're unhealed. You're throwing a tantrum. Typical shit, right? Like, so this is the issue. People come at people, they say shit. He's telling me I can't take criticism. And I was like, well, why do I need your criticism? Are you my coach? Are you my friend? Did I ask for your opinion? No. Okay. So then what makes you want to say something on I didn't ask for your criticism. And then I returned your criticism with criticism for how you responded to me. And then now all of a sudden that's me throwing a tantrum because I was mean, because you didn't like what I said back to you. How does that make any sense? Right? So, of course, like he had to try saying, like, oh no, this is a tantrum. You're throwing a tantrum. You're doing this. You're doing that. You're unhealed. And I'm like, whatever, dude. Whatever. My last comment to him was actually pretty good. And this is where, you know, I'll talk on here. I said this on my story. I was like, what high caliber athlete can I bring up? Who's a black belt, who's a man, who clubs pretty hard? And I was like, Andy Varela. Like, if you think, like, the Rotolo brothers, too, are pretty big on clubbing. The Tackett brothers, they club, right? A little bit. There's a lot of athletes, but, like, if you think about it, like, Andy Varela is, like, top. If you're like, who clubs the fuck out of people? Everyone's like, Andy Varela, you know? So I tagged Andy. I wanted to see if he would say anything to Andy because I'm like, oh, because he kept being like, oh, this is just your blue belt game. This is your blue belt game. And I was like, okay, well, I was like, hey, Andy Varela's a black belt and he clubs the fuck out of people and he wins. Are you going to say the same shit to him or are you just saying this to me because I'm a woman? He completely ignored it. He answered everything I said to him but that comment. And that's how you know. That's how you know. If he cared a lot about that game, he would have said shit to Andy. No. And I tagged Andy because I was like, maybe he'll say something to him. Nope. He didn't say shit. And like that's how you know. Like this is like, what is wrong with you? Why do these people want to just come around to like, yeah, I am a blue belt. I've been doing this 2.5 years. I am just posting. You know why I post this shit? Also, not only for my business and because I need to continue to market myself, but because I also like to look back at my journey. I like to scroll back and be able to see like, holy fuck, look at my game here and look at my game here. Look what stayed the same. Look what didn't. Instagram is a timeline. You can look back. You can go back to the past, blast from the past. You can go forward. If you utilize it the right way, right? If you utilize social media the right way, it's just like, I just don't understand what is so necessary for people to comment that shit. Stop doing it. If you're someone that literally comments nasty shit under people's stuff, why? Why can't you just scroll? If you don't like something, just keep scrolling, especially if someone's just posting a video of their game. He's like, you're doing it for attention. No, I'm doing it because I just need to post something, my guy. But you don't know me, so you're not going to say that. You're not going to know that, I mean, It's crazy. I don't know where the last things I said to him, but I was like, you understand that you're telling me that I can't do this and I can't do this and I'm having a tantrum because I decided to tell you that I don't appreciate what you said to me because you came here to make me feel bad. I don't feel bad. But you came here with the mission of like you commented that to make me feel bad about myself, telling me that like what I'm doing in my game isn't beneficial when like I got a quick sub right after that, right? It's like you're just coming here to try and put me down and you don't even know me and for no reason at all and why. And then I say something back to you and then you call it a tantrum. Like that's crazy, right? And then he just responded with like, this is you're just unhealed. And I'm like, oh, whatever. And again, like people, you can sit here and be like, well, don't even waste your time. But like sometimes you have to say shit. You have to stick up for yourself. And like I said, like that's the version of me that my younger self, the girl growing up who never said shit. Well, actually I always had a big mouth, but like, you know what I mean? Like who got put down a lot for saying and sticking up for herself. No, I'm not going to stop sticking up for myself. I am not going to stop sticking up for I don't care if it's some fucking ding dong who means nothing. If he says something that is, and I see it and it's like, and I'm in the mood where I'm like, that's fucking rude. I'm going to say something. Right. And again, like you guys have no idea. Like maybe you do. Maybe some people watching this do understand like that if you are an athlete or you have like a higher following, like people are so nasty to you for no reason. And like I said, like I'm like, I don't do anything mean to anyone. And everyone's biggest hype girl. I want to see everyone succeed. I think there is a seat at the table for everyone. I am just trying to live a non-mediocre life. I am trying to be my best self, the best version of me that I can be. I'm trying to accomplish everything I possibly can. I'm trying to do things that scare me. I'm trying to win. I'm trying to put myself in situations that, yeah, maybe I even lose. And I learn from it and that makes me feel better. Right. And then you have people who just come at you for no reason. And this is like, it's it's the circle of the world right now. And where I went back to that main video of like mindfulness and being at one with yourself and everything. Nobody meditates, nobody journals, nobody goes to therapy, nobody sits alone in their thoughts. Everyone's glued to their phone. Everyone's mad about something. Everyone's hurt because someone fucking hurt them in their life. It doesn't matter who you are. Everyone has been hurt. Everyone has been hurt in some way, shape, or form. And then some people heal from it and other people just turn abusive. We always have a choice. So when you're scrolling and you see someone post their collar ties and you're mad because it triggers a part of your story, maybe someone beat you that way and you're like, they didn't even do jujitsu, they just bullied me. It's a combat sport, by the way. You're gonna bully each other and then you're gonna tell someone that they ain't shit. You could delete this. That's crazy, you know? So I just decided to rant today, and you're going to get shit like that. I want to be as real as possible on my podcast. I want to be as real as possible in general all the time in my life. And if shit pops up and I'm like, I want to talk about that, I'm going to talk about it. But this like nastiness in the world, when it doesn't actually affect you, needs to stop. People need to stop being so abusive to each other, so mean for no reason. If you don't like something on social media, you can simply unfollow that person. I literally said that to him. I was like, you could have just unfollowed me. That doesn't affect me any. You commenting and trying to degrade me, that I have an issue with. I don't even know you, right? But if you don't like something, unfollow them. I will always tell people if my feed triggers you, I'm not going to be everyone's cup of tea. I know that. Do I want everyone to love me? Of course. Everyone wants everyone to love them. But is everyone going to love me? Hell no. I am abrasive. I say shit that's on my mind. I am going to stick up for myself. I am going to stick up for others. I'm going to post my accomplishments. I am going to be my own biggest fan. People want to hate me for that. Well, all she does is post her shit. Yeah, I work hard. I am going to post my shit. I am my own biggest fan. You should be your biggest fan too. There's a seat at the table for everyone. But you can, if I trigger you in some sort of way, if there's something that really bothers, unfollow me. If that makes your life better, do it. But don't be mean to people, right? Dude, I unfollow people left and right. I'm like, ooh. My feed is filled, honestly, I really don't. I don't unfollow too many people. I end up unfollowing a bunch of like jujitsu pages or things that I follow over time that I'm like, oh, I don't need to be following this anymore. This doesn't add value to my career, like whatever. But I follow a lot of really great things, a lot of like spiritual things, a lot of like healing quotes, a lot of like animal stuff, jujitsu, my girls, my teammates, like the people I want to succeed, high caliber athletes, ones that mimic my game, ones I look up to. I do follow those people, but I don't follow anyone that I don't vibe with, right? So if you don't vibe with someone, then unfollow them, but you don't need to be rude to anyone because not everyone is going to be your cup of tea. But like if someone is just on their journey doing their thing, leave them the fuck alone. Stop messaging women and telling them that they ain't shit. Stop messaging derogative things to women. Stop asking nasty things to women. Stop sending dick pics. If you are doing that's disgusting. What is wrong with you? Stop doing that shit. And stop being a nasty human. The world is so fucked up right now. The world is so filled with hate. And I know, like, this hateful shit has been going on for centuries upon centuries upon centuries, decades, decades, decades. But because we're on social media, we are so attuned to it that it's so much worse. Suicide is so high in children because of bullying on social media. Because people from school are bullying kids on social media. Suicide's so high in general because the world is so nasty. We need to care more about human life and each other than like our own egos and like what's going on. And if something does trigger you, like you need to sit with it. And I sat with it before I even did this. This happened earlier this morning. I sat for literally an hour and in silence away from my phone. And I was like, is this guy, like, obviously this guy is triggering me to a degree, right? Because he's addressing a point in my past life of a younger me. Am I wrong? Is it because he's he was like manipulating me to thinking I was wrong, right? So I sat with myself and I was like, was I wrong? I did say some mean shit, but at the end of the day, I was like, fuck that guy, you know? And what parts of me do I need to heal? And yeah, maybe over time, I will heal to the degree and to the extent of that I won't need to say anything to anyone, any man that tries to bring me down, you know? But again, at the end of the day, I just don't right now at this point in my life, I don't feel like total silence does anything for anyone. And I feel like if someone says something to degrade you, yes, you can be silent. And there are a lot of times in a lot of situations that I am silent. But I do feel that you should always stick up for yourself if you need to and take a stand. Take a stand for what's right. Doesn't matter what that looks like. But I sat with myself and I was like, no, I'm not wrong here. He didn't have to say that to me. And he probably says it to a lot of people. And this has a lot to do with him and not a lot to do with you, but you deserve to stand up for you. I do. I always do. So yeah, I guess that's kind of where I'm at. So I think just like the world just needs to be a better place, man. And we don't add to any change or evolution in the world in the direction in which it needs to go to in the terms of love if we just continue to just not heal, hate ourselves, and then hate others. That's not what's gonna fix it. We need to band together here and be a little better. So stop being mean. Anyways, there's my rant for the day. First one of the podcast. I don't know. If you like it, like it. If you want to stay here, subscribe. There will be plenty more like this. This is episode 7, which is crazy to me. Crazy to me. Episode 7, man. I never thought I'd be here. I've always wanted to do this and I'm doing it. So there are a few things lined up that I'm going to talk about in the next few weeks. So I'm pumped about it. I kind of have the next 4 to 5 episodes ready to go. And maybe some audible will come up. And I'm going to try and be better about that. Like if shit pops up in the life, in the world or whatever, and I feel a certain way about it, I'm going to talk about it. And like I said, I think people are too silent on a lot of things. And I think it needs to stop. And I think that's the biggest reasons why I said what I said today, why I am making this podcast about this man who I don't even know, because like shit needs to change. And change starts when people just start fucking speaking up and sticking up for each other. And a lot of you band together and came and stuck up for me. And I'm very grateful. And I appreciate you a lot. There's a lot of good things that come from social media. Like it's the yin and yang of life. Anything can be for good, anything can be for bad, right? No matter what. No matter what, there's a good and bad to everything. It's just how you utilize it, right? So I hope I hope the world starts utilizing this shit for the better because we are on a track of this downward spiral. This shit gets worse daily. Daily. So much hate in the world. Anyways, let me know if there's any topics you want me to cover. Comment below. I'm going to start adding my Stan Store to the description. So you can go on my Stan Store and you can see all of the things that I provide. I have template coaching for jujitsu, for strength and conditioning. I have my nutrition coaching applications in there and my one-on-one coaching applications in there. I have my Patreon where I give my meal prep food every single week, recipes, all that stuff. It's only $8 a month. I also have a tier on my Patreon for you just to support this podcast. If you wanted to, if you like what I'm doing, it's only $5 a month. And then I have some other things in there as well that you can go through and like search through my whole thing. So I'm going to add that Stan Store. Go check it out. Go see if there's anything you want. We're going to be adding a lot more stuff to it. We have a lot of big things coming. Me and my team, we have a lot of great shit in the making and I'm excited to keep sharing it with you all. So be a better person, lead with love, stand up for yourself. Don't stay silent. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Thank you for being here and I'll see you here next week.